Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm taking it back old school with the voiceovers. If you're new to my channel, then welcome. But when I first started, around the time I first started my channel, if you go back through my channel, you'll see that I used to do commentary voiceovers. And the reason why I've decided to go back to the good old days is because I feel like and look like shit right now because I'm a little under the weather and I just didn't want to appear on camera right now. But this year I will definitely make a comeback and be better than ever, but as for right now, I'm settling with the voiceover commentary. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about a topic that I usually don't talk about on my channel, but is near and dear to my heart, and that's gaming. And over the years, I've dabbled into gaming, makeup, beauty, lifestyle, all types of stuff on my channel. I've talked about whatever my heart desired on my channel. So today is no different. I would like to discuss a game that I have been very interested in, and it is called Poppy Playtime. And it has a whole like chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. And this week, chapter 4 is scheduled to come out and release on the 30th, which is a Thursday, I believe. And I will be playing it, not on this channel. Hopefully, before you clicked on this video, you have an idea of what Poppy Playtime is about. If not, I highly encourage you to check it out, just so you can get a better understanding of what I'm going to be talking about in this video, what I'm going to be covering and going over within this video. So I highly encourage you to check out chapters 1 to 3 because it is a very interesting game with a lot of lore and backstory. And shout out to the developers, Mob Entertainment, for making this and creating this for all of our entertainment. And if you're a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, it's not the exact same. It's like, it has some similarities to it that I noted myself, but I'm not going to be going over that in this video. But if you are a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, then I'm pretty sure you're going to love Poppy Playtime. With all that being said, let's get into what this video is about, which is the trailer that just dropped, I believe yesterday. It premiered, and it is Chapter 4's gameplay trailer. And there's a new character, and I want to go over him and my thoughts and opinions on him. And then I'm also going to give my last and final theory that I have before the game comes out. I've had a couple of theories since I've seen chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3. I'm caught up on every little bit of lore. I'm 100% caught up. I know everything I feel like I need to know leading up to chapter 4's game. So, because I'm very invested into Poppy Playtime. At this point, I've seen so many reactions, I've seen so many theories, and I've been able to come up with my own theory, and I will be discussing it in this video. So if you're interested, please stick around, please subscribe for more theories in the future, more reactions in the future, and let's get into the video.
Down here, it's not like anything you've seen above. It's hell. Playtime wanted it to be.
Now what's this?
They call him the Doctor. He works with the prototype, commands everything down here. Hunting us, starving us.
There are no places you can hide. Not from me. I've got something special in mind.
I need to make this right.
Let's make a game of you.
Hurry! Let us in! He's outside!
I failed you.
You lied to me!
Hiya there, pal. Follow me.
Okay, so you've seen the trailer for gameplay trailer for Chapter 4's game, and it's called Chapter 4 Safe Haven. Each chapter has a name. Chapter 1 was A Tight Squeeze. Chapter 2 was Fly in a Web. Chapter 3, Deep Sleep. And this Chapter 4 is Safe Haven. So now I want to do a breakdown of this trailer and give my thoughts and opinions and my theory, my last and final theory for this game. So the video starts off with all of this Play-Doh-like substance falling from the ceiling. The alarms are blaring, and it looks to be like we're in like a prison cell.
Down here, it's not like anything you've seen above. It's hell.
So after it fades to black, Poppy goes into how down in the prison area is basically hell compared to what we've seen above. And that it's not like anything we've seen so far. And it's basically hell, and that Playtime Co. wanted it that way. That's just a simple fact because Playtime Co. designed this prison. I have a theory that this prison was designed under the founder, Elliot Ludwig's nose. Of course, he's the founder, you would think that he would know about this prison area and that, you know, everything that's going on in his factory since he's the founder. But I have a theory that a lot of this stuff went on after his passing.
Now what's this?
They call him the Doctor. He works with the prototype, commands everything down here. Hunting us, starving us.
There are no places you can hide. Not from me.
Then it cuts to black again, and we finally see the doctor, Dr. Harley Sawyer. And he is basically got eyes all over this place, basically watching our every move. And he has his minions and basically telling us that we have nowhere to hide, not from him. Because he sees all, kind of like the all-seeing eye, and noting that he's basically just a computer with an eyeball everywhere. I also want to shed some light on this image that you're looking at right now. It basically is like arms that are like surrounding these characters. They're the 7 characters, I believe. And these characters represent children. The children that were turned into these characters, they were once children and they were once human beings. And this image means a lot, especially given everything that's happened in this factory, everything that these children, these orphans have been put through. This image definitely like speaks volumes to me, and I want to break it down and shed some light on it for a second. So the arms, in my opinion, these are all theories, but I don't know 100% for sure until the game comes out. But the arms represent the new character, and I believe his name is Doey, the Dough Man, or he just goes by Doey, I don't know. But they represent his hands, and these characters represent children. So the characters that I'm seeing, and it's just my opinions on, I don't know the exact like characters, if these are the exact characters, but what I'm seeing, I believe starting from left to right, it is Dog Day, the orange. The red is Bobby Bear Hug. Then the second red and orange character is Bron. The top character is Cat B. The bottom character that's yellow with the ears is Bunzo Bunny. Then the all blue character is Crafty Corn. And the top character and the little green character is Happy Hopscotch. Now, all the way over to the left, you can see that they had scratched out in a big giant X'd out Poppy. And there's big red letters that say, "She left us." And so my theory on this is that the children suspected that Poppy left them because she left and she never came back. But if you go back to chapter 1, you see that she was locked in a case full of the red smoke and she was basically knocked out for like a decade. And so they just assumed that she left them because she never came back. And I don't think she intentionally left them. She was captured and put in that case. That's just my theory. And so, yeah, this speaks volumes to me because it says safe haven. And safe haven is like a safe home or a safe house. Basically one and the same. They mean the same. Haven and home and house, they're all the same. And the founder of Playtime Co., he once said, and I'll put it somewhere in this video, that nothing brings him more joy than to see and be the reason of a child smiling, and that every child deserves a safe home.
Hello, my name is Elliot Ludwig. When you look around at the world today, what one thing do you think it needs more of? I asked around once. Money, I never have enough. Understanding, I can never get any. Faith, the common man has lost it. Each answer was different, and I could perhaps see some little truth in each. But I think each was also missing something. Something simple. You see, not one of them could muster a smile. A smile is hope. A smile is love. A smile is understanding. And there is nothing more gratifying to my soul than being the reason for a child's smile. To be the spark that ignites all their hopes and dreams. For it is only through hopes and dreams that we may create a better world. One where our children need not be afraid. One where they are protected. After all, this company and its toys are nothing without them. These children deserve to smile. They deserve to love. And they deserve a safe home. That is why it is with enormous pleasure that as the founder of Playtime Co., I announce Playcare, our very own on-site orphanage. But it's not only that. It's a school, a playhouse, a place to belong. Our very own ecosystem beneath the surface, dedicated in every inch and detail to ensuring a child's smile. Its teachers and counselors, mothers and fathers, until such a time they have all of that in you. May Playcare bring joy, inspiration, and smiles to all who enter these doors. For what gives life its meaning if not a smile?
So now, with all that being said, my biggest theory is that Elliot Ludwig is this new character. There's a lot of supporting evidence, to me at least. And it's just a theory, but there's a lot of supporting evidence that proves me right. I don't want to get into every little detail, but the major details, I've already seen the trailer. Y'all seen the trailer. We know what he looks like. I want to make note of a couple of things. Number one, this factory and all their experimenting, they are like a fact, like scientific facts type of people, type of company. And that's been proven with all their experiments that they've done. They've used like the top of the line, top of the top, like brilliant scientists from all over the world. They had a program going where they found all these scientists and they bring them in, and they use a lot of research and development and facts and stuff into their experimentations. That's been proven, that they go by scientific studies to do these experiments. They transfer hearts and organs and different body parts, and they take the consciousness. They take the consciousness out of the person's body, and they somehow put it into these bigger body toys. Now, this new character, he is made out of Play-Doh. So I really struggled to find a scientific reasoning as to how they did this. And how they did it is they didn't put any hearts or organs or in him whatsoever, because you see how he move. He can fit through vents and drop down in a bunch of little dough balls. So I'm like, how is this alive? It's not like any other bigger body toy that has been transferred, a person has been transferred and put into. How is he alive? He's just Play-Doh. And I struggled with this for a second. I did. And then I realized he has a hat. He has a top hat. And it's no magical hat. At least I don't think it is. But I want to add to someone else's theory. But I also want to put my little 2 cents in on it too. But I'm going to shout him out. His channel is, I believe, is Tericho. Here on YouTube, his name is Tericho. I will put a link in the description to his channel. So go follow him. He does a lot of Poppy Playtime theories. And I don't always agree with his theories. But this one in particular, I back him 100% on it. But I do have my own little 2 cent theory that I want to add to it. But I wanted to make sure I shout him out because I did get a portion of my theory for this video from him. So shout out to Tericho. Again, his channel link will be down in the description. So please go subscribe to him and tell him I sent you. So yeah, going back to this picture, I do believe that the new character, Doey the Dough Man, I believe that he is Elliot Ludwig because of that top hat. And at some point in time, I really want Mob Entertainment, the developers, to show us what Elliot looks like before the end of this whole saga of Floppy Playtime. Because this whole time, we have not been able to see what Elliot Ludwig truly looks like because they had redacted his entire face. And I believe, in my theory, in my heart and soul, that the reason why they redacted him is so we wouldn't see that he was wearing a top hat. Because Elliot strikes me as a man that wears top hats. He is like from like the early 1900s. I want to say he founded the factory in the 1930s. Everything that we've seen so far of him has been redacted. So we don't know what he looks like, and I'm dying to see what he looks like. And as far as Tericho's theory goes, basically, in a nutshell, he thinks that, theoretically speaking, he thinks that Doey the Dough Man is alive because of his top hat, being that his brain is somehow in this hat, and when he puts it on, he comes alive. Because as he moves around the factory, he drops little dough balls as like a little trail like of dough everywhere he goes, and that dough that's not attached to his body is not alive. But basically he's saying that any part of him that touches this hat comes alive. So I kind of believe that as well, but I'm still trying to figure out the scientific proof as to how this hat that could have his brain inside make this dough man come to life. Maybe there's like some type of nervous system that attaches from his head and it spreads to the rest of his body that makes him charge alive. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm really trying to make sense of this, because up until this point, everything has been like science, like experiments and, transferring different organs and different key bones and stuff to these toys. And now I'm just really trying to figure out how Doey the Dough Man is able to be alive.
I've got something special and more.
So here, I was very happy to see Kissy Missy was still alive, but she's gravely damaged. And I was also thinking that the voice that we're hearing is the prototype, because it's kind of distorted in the end.
I need to make this right.
Here we can see that we're going to be using a purple hand again. I believe these are Harley's minions. And I cannot believe we're going to have to deal with another Weeping Angel situation from Chapter 3 with Mr. Light. And if you're not familiar with what a Weeping Angel is basically when you look at a figure, it can't move. It's like frozen solid. But as soon as you turn away, they chase you. They get you. We've seen this countless times. If you're a gamer like me, I've definitely seen this countless times in other video games like Little Nightmares and Five Nights at Freddy's with the endoskeletons. And then Poppy Playtime last chapter had Mr. Light, the school teacher / humanoid cyborg, I don't know. And now this situation. And I just cannot believe we're dealing with this again. Like, we're gonna do this again. Like, I can't believe it.
Let's make a game of you.
So then we come up to this part where this is like the nightmare critters, and we're using our flare gun to combat them. And it seems like they're different from the smiling critters, because the smiling critters, thinking back, using the flare gun on them, they would run away as soon as you shot the flare gun at them. But these, I noted that these nightmare critters, they do not run away from the flare. I was told that the smiling critters ran away because they did not like light and they're used to being in the dark. But these nightmare critters, they're different. They move differently. So they're definitely coming after us. And this part is kind of creepy because this is the security guards for the prison, I guess. And as you can see, it says security on the back of their jackets. And they're just like skeletonized in place. And I guess they were like trying to barricade during the hour of joy to stay alive. And it's so interesting because now we're going to actually see bodies down here in the game. Because like in the end of chapter 3, we did hear Poppy say that the bodies were carried down below and they ate the people. So now we're just going to end up seeing what was left over of the people, I guess, down here in the prison. And so this area is very, very interesting. I feel like this is like a little scene where we're going to have to battle. It kind of reminds me of where they used to have those coliseums where like a man would battle a dragon, not dragon, oh my God, a lion. A man would battle a lion in the coliseums. But if you know what I mean, then you know what I mean, okay? So I feel like this is going to be like one of those scenes where the lion, in this case, is Yarnaby, and he's going to be released into the Coliseum, aka this room, and we're just going to have to like dunk and dodge him or try to like battle him somehow. And Harley Sawyer's going to be watching the whole thing go down, and it's going to be like, there's a hole on the side of the wall where maybe like we can avoid him there. Like we can run inside there, or he'll run inside there and pop out of another hole. I have no idea. But I'm interested in finding out what this is all about. And this is just another scene of those creepy ass nightmare critters. And this is very interesting as well. This is Kissy Missy, and she's obviously been patched up. It looks like with a couple of belts, and I could be wrong on this, but it could have came from Dog Day, and they just used his belts to like patch her up again. So this last scene went by really quickly. But this is supposed to be Pianosaurus. And I don't know what it is about me and dinosaurs, but Bron, the original dinosaur that was red and yellow, he was my favorite. And I was so devastated when they turned his ass into a street lamp. And he was supposed to be the scariest dinosaur. He was. Mob. What happened to that? What happened to him being the scariest dinosaur? Then they came out with this Pianosaurus, and I actually kind of like him too. And I love his little jingle that he has with him for his commercial. And I'm still holding out hope that Bron makes a comeback somehow. But in the meantime, in between time, we do have Pianosaurus, and this is his little scene right here.
Follow me.
Okay, so this last part I wanted to talk about is the smoke that is coming out of the pipes. I think this is like fresh air or like something to combat the red smoke. In the looking back at the safe haven picture, it did seem like there was a lot of the blue smoke that was maybe like acting like a barrier to the red smoke, and it could just be the new character's Doey's body just is, that could be the color blue that I'm seeing in that wall picture, but I think it has something to do with the blue smoke as well. Okay, so this scene, I really want to go into a little bit of detail on this scene. This stood out to me a lot because this looks like body bags. These look like body bags hung up from a ceiling, and I don't think they're just any bodies in these body bags. I personally think, in my own theory, that these are the higher ups' bodies in these bags. The higher ups, they are the ones that knew everything that was going on in a factory, and I believe they wanted to, preserve themselves, just in case they wanted to, transfer back into their bodies or something. So they put their bodies in these bags, or like they had the scientists put their bodies in these bags and preserve them, for storage, just in case. I don't know. And they also have gotten experimented on, or these can be like just really important people that they just stand out. They stand out. It has to be like the higher ups, like Stella Grayberg, Laith Pierre, Harley Sawyer, and then there was another one. I want to say his name was Eddie. I believe these are their bodies in these bags. I can be completely wrong, but there's a reason why they're showing us this. There's a reason why you can see some Play-Doh on the ground. I believe Elliot Ludwig's body is in here as well. And these are just the higher ups that, including the founder, everyone that knew what was going on and have been experimented on themselves. So it's just my theory. Yeah, like I said, I could be completely wrong, but there is a reason. There is a reason for everything, and there is a reason why they're showing us these bodies hung up. Okay, so we're nearing the end, and I wanted to talk a little bit about Yarnaby. So this is Yarnaby, and he is really cute and really adorable until you realize his face opens up, and he is very terrifying. And having this chase you is going to be like the scariest part. I feel like it's going to be one of the scariest part, if not the scariest part in the whole game, because this looks legitimately terrifying. Okay, so this is the second to the last scene that I want to show and I want to talk about, and this one has to be the most depressing for me. I know you're looking at it like, oh, it's just a couple of double doors with some computer screens on each side. Like, what's so depressing about this? Well, just looking at this and knowing the type of gamer I am, I know, and knowing how Mob Entertainment is, I've been so invested since day one. I just feel like I know where Mob is. I just feel like I know what Mob is going to do, and I'm not looking forward to it. They are literally gonna cliffhanger us with this scene right here. We are not gonna see what's in those damn double doors. And I'm so sad. Like, at least not in chapter 4. I feel like this is a cliffhanger. It's just a cliffhanger. We're not gonna see what's through those double doors in this chapter. Maybe chapter 5. Chapter 5 might be the last chapter. So sad about that too. But they're going to use this as a cliffhanger for chapter 4. I just know it. And I'm so depressed and sad about it.
Hiya there, pal. Follow me.
Okay, so we've come to the end of my video. And this is the last scene that I'm going to talk about. And I wanted to spend a little time talking about this character and my thoughts and opinions and my theories on this character. So this is Doey the Dough Man, and kind of got spoiled about it long time ago. I guess it got leaked by Mob Entertainment themselves, the name of the character, not the character design. I actually didn't know what the character design looked like until the actual premiere of this trailer. So I was glad that I didn't get spoiled with the character design, but the name I've already known about. I've known about Yarnaby, and I've known about Yarnaby, and I've known about Doey for a while now. And my thoughts on, first I want to talk about the character design. I would be lying if I said that I wasn't disappointed when I first seen the premiere for this character design. It is a bit too basic for me. The only thing literally that I like about this character design is the belly area has like the hands of what to me looks like the hands of the children in a circle, just, on his belly. And yeah, there's like a little bit of detail with that, and then the fact that his head is like a circle kind of round like the world, maybe like representing the children of the world, and how caring and loving this character is about children, or the children of the world, and making them happy and making them smile. And that's one of the main reasons why I really think this is the founder of Playtime Co., Elliot Ludwig, because he too just loved being the reason for a child's smile. And he just gives me like older vibes. Like, Elliot was definitely up there, and he definitely gives those older vibes. I mean, the top hat, the belly, the face mannerisms, like his whole mannerisms and like his whole body language just gives me like this has to be Elliot Ludwig. Like, it just has to be. But it kind of throws out my whole theory that I've held near and dear to my heart this whole time, since finding out about one of the experiments, the prototype. I used to think that the prototype was Elliot Ludwig, and I had supporting evidence for that. I really did. And until I seen this character, and it's like, okay, well, scrap everything. I really don't know, but I feel like I'm like 98% sure that this character right here is Elliot Ludwig. Like, he has to be. It's too many similarities of this character with Elliot that ties these two together. But I'm just struggling with two things that's keeping me from 100% being 100% sure that this is Elliot. Number one, the voice. I don't believe that a voice actor for Elliot Ludwig and a voice actor for this character are the same person. I have to look into that, but I should have did my research, but I'm pretty sure they're not the same person. And the other reason is not really a reason as to why I don't think he's Elliot Ludwig. It's more of a reason of it's more of a thing of like, I really don't know how this character is able to live. I don't know how this character was made. Like, what is bringing this character to life is what I'm really struggling on. And I guess it's the top hat, but until I know the details of this freaking hat, and I mean, what I will say is that this character is not able to talk or, do anything, I guess, without the hat on. Because you see in the animation that it doesn't say anything. He doesn't say anything until that hat is on his head. So I don't know. I really, really, really want to know, though. And although he's not my favorite character, this character is very simple, like very like basic, but like, I don't want to say basic because basic sounds bad. I would say simple. But Elliot Ludwig was known for making simple toys. Like, Poppy, a simple baby doll that has hair that smells like poppy flowers. And not the good poppy flowers either, the opium smelling poppy flowers, which is very bad. But, a simple doll and that could talk. And Bron, who did absolutely nothing. It doesn't get any simpler than Bron, but I still love him because, it just takes me back to a simpler time where like toys didn't have to have all the bells and whistles for you to love them. For some reason, I love Bron, and Bron does absolutely nothing. They turned that dinosaur into a street lamp. The disrespect on my dude Bron is real out here in these streets. And he's a freaking lamp out here in these streets. And I really hope and pray Mob Entertainment sees the potential in Bron and brings him back, bigger and better than ever. Because he says he was the scariest dinosaur. And I'm still waiting to see the scariness, okay?
What do you call a dinosaur who's a noisy sleeper? A Tyrannosaurus! What do you call the scariest dinosaur? Me!
So, yeah, Bron, in a nutshell, Bron is just a brontosaurus. He does nothing, but he was still my favorite from day one, okay? And this is Play-Doh. This is just like a simple design, Play-Doh dough man. And it was a lot of controversy when this character came out. It was like mixed reviews. People liked him. Some people liked him. Some people thought he was dopey. And some people didn't like the design. They just thought it was too basic and simple and all that. But if you know Elliot Ludwig and you go back to like his whole backstory, then he comes from a simpler time, number one. And number two, he did like to innovate and surprise. So he, over time, did start making toys that actually did a little bit more. But he comes from a different time. And, it just brings back a little nostalgia for me from the simpler days where, everything didn't have to have all these bells and whistles. So I'm going to leave you with that. And I'm excited for chapter 4. And that's just my thoughts and opinions and my theories on this game. And I can't wait till Thursday to play it. And I hope you guys liked my theory and my thoughts and opinions on chapter 4. And I thank you for watching, and please subscribe if you liked the video. And don't forget to check the description box for Tericho's channel and let them know that I sent you over there. And I will see you guys in my next video.